Oh, hey friends, welcome to the vibes.
That was so good. That was so.
All right, let's get into the vibes. We got a couple folks that we want to bring some attention, some recognition to. Bro, what you got on the vibes? What you got for us?
First, we're gonna start off with the honorable mention, as per
Okay.
usual.
All right.
RIP. Well, not as per usual, RIP, but like as per usual, we're doing honorable mention.
That's kind of crazy.
But happens to be that James Earl Jones passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Your boy is he's one of
Local
those
legend.
EGOTs. He's
Mm-hmm.
one of those EGOTs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony type of guy. Matter of fact, his Tony was a lot of people might know this movie called Fences, which
Amazing.
you might
Amazing
have
movie.
realized if that's your first time seeing Fences was in the movie that it felt like at some point like, wait a minute, this feels like it's on a stage. It just felt that way
Mm-hmm.
during certain monologues,
Mm-hmm.
right? The way the back and forth was happening,
I
and
think I
that's
think
in
they designed the movie to look like that too.
to look like that,
Low
like it
key.
was like a well produced, like
Like well produced
freaking 3D
Broadway kind
play.
of. Yeah, facts.
Yeah, like a 3D play
Like a
almost.
3D play. Yeah.
So James Earl Jones was the original, like the father figure that Denzel
Yeah.
played. That
Yep.
was James Earl Jones,
Mm-hmm.
that did that. And so, um, he was the voice of Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm.
That's I mean a lot. He did a Simpsons episode, you
Yep.
know what I mean, where he was there. So like he's definitely a legend. Nobody
Did a voice of legendary voice of Mufasa from Lion King.
yeah, of course, yeah. How can I
Yeah,
forget
that's like
Mufasa?
yeah,
Who? Of course, you get him to do that. You know what I mean? Of
yeah,
all
yeah,
of all people,
yeah.
um, he before he died in 2022. Okay, so he did that Darth Vader voiceover in 77, right?
Mm-hmm.
1977. And and of course Star Wars and all the offshoots and stuff been happening ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Before he died in 2022, the last voice that he did was um who was he did a it was a Disney, was it software? I can't remember the character he played, but he did like a Disney thing where he I think it was animated, one of those animated series,
Okay.
right? I think it was one of those animated series. So regardless, he ended up making a deal with Disney to record his voice and gave permission for them. Yo, this ain't the last you heard of of James Earl Jones.
Mm.
The whole that re-speecher, there's a re-speecher program or company
Mm-hmm.
that does AI voices, like
Okay.
using the voices of like real people.
Mm-hmm.
So they all his speech is going to go into this program,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to be able to recreate his voice for future iterations of Darth Vader. So Darth Vader
Mm.
will always have that or even in the animated series that come up or any
Mm.
remakes that come up and all that kind of stuff, they're going to be able to AI his voice.
Look at technology.
Well, but also like a lot of these artists have been against this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like they don't
Yeah.
want their likeness and all that kind of stuff to be
Mm.
replaceable by AI.
Right.
Scarlett
Yeah.
Johansson went through a big
Oh, I
like
think
wasn't there
I
some
vaguely
lawsuit
remember
or
that.
something? Like she did a lawsuit
Yeah.
with somebody that was using her voice for, dang, I forgot which company was it was using her voice and there, and she was like, nah, but they still went ahead and did it for the
Mm-hmm.
trial thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, oh, I bad. My bad.
Mm.
We stopped. But they already got the benefit of it from like the marketing, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Which was probably the goal, anyways.
it was like, fuck, we'll pay the
Yeah.
100,000 or whatever that we had to pay
Yeah.
for it, but we're gonna make a freaking like a billy on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so rest in peace, James Earl Jones. We will hear from him in the future. Yeah, and the
It's kind of
disembodied
weird.
voice of James Earl Jones is gonna be
Mm-hmm.
AI. We know it,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna hear if you heard it here first. Anybody else reporting that part,
Yeah. Yeah.
The Emmys also happened, and I look forward to these because sometimes I lose ideas of what shows to watch next. And the Emmys would
Mm,
be like, you know what? A lot of people really like this show, or a lot of people like that show. So
mhm.
you can maybe check these out, and some of them hit, some of them don't.
Yeah,
But I I I had to definitely go in and check on that joint that I what I did. Remember I mentioned as honorable mention
slow
during
horses.
last show, Slow Horses.
Mhm.
So I went in and I checked them out to see if they won any awards, and so they would be under comedy series.
Would they?
No, 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 that's not comedy. You know what? Let me go back. It might be under. I'm looking at it now under drama. So it's drama series, right?
Yeah, probably would be more drama.
Okay,
But
so drama
okay.
series. The nominees were Three Body Problem, Fallout, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Shogun, which won.
Of course, Shogun won. Yeah.
Slow
Yep.
Horses is on there.
Mm.
Crown, the the Gilded Age, and the Morning Show. Slow Horses was on there. Okay, cool. But definitely, yo, if you watch Shogun, like, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, the budget.
bro. I told you,
The
you
budget alone.
this is remember when I told you this before when Shogun first came out. I was like, I'm telling you, Shogun is gonna win it Emmy. I told you, I was like, so from the first
Yeah.
episode, I was like, darn, I'm telling you, Shogun is gonna win an Emmy. And he was
Yeah.
like,
It's the
it's
budget.
good, but nah, that man it won that Emmy.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Really good acting
Yeah.
overall.
Mhm.
The one main white guy character, kind of like he's kind of
He's
weird to me.
annoying. He's
He's
annoying. Yeah.
annoying, but he grows on you, I guess, because his
Yeah.
role, what he's doing, makes sense to help the story move along. So it's like,
Mhm.
okay, fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shogun definitely won that joint. Mr. and Mrs. Smith was a dope show. Only one season out, I think, when I last watched it. Fallout
Mhm.
one season out. But I'm a gamer, so Fallout
Well,
was
yeah,
like,
Fallout hit
yo,
different
I
for you.
was
Yeah.
like, boom, that joint hit.
Yeah.
And it's freaking great acting in that joint too. Three Body Problem, I watched that. It's okay. It's not a
Mm.
show that I'm recommending to anybody. I've spoken to people about Mr. and Mrs. Smith and all these others, but like Three Body Problem. I watch it. It's like okay. I mean, like
Mm.
I'll follow up, but
Mm.
it's not that I'm recommending. The morning show I just started watching. I watched like the first 4 or 5 episodes of it, and it's good.
Really?
It's on
Is it?
Apple. It's on Apple. It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
But
I've been
you
seeing
gotta
it, but
be
I'm
a,
like,
like you gotta be like a news nerd and kind of thing like I am. You know what I mean?
okay,
Like,
okay.
well, you know what I mean? This podcast, you know what I mean? Hence, all the news that
Mm.
I be up on. So
Mm.
it's a show definitely for me. But the acting is really good. Freaking, is it Jennifer? I think Jennifer Aniston is in
Yeah,
it,
Jennifer
and
Aniston.
like,
Yeah.
and she hasn't won an Emmy for this.
Mm.
I can't believe she hasn't won an Emmy for this. Like, she was from Friends, you know what I mean? And she was, I think she might have won an Emmy for Friends, and like
Probably
Friends
for
was,
Friends. Yeah.
maybe she won
I
best.
know
I don't know, but like,
she had to
but
have won
morning
something
show,
for
but like,
Friends
yo,
because
this
Friends
is
is
like
pretty
her
successful.
performance in this joint is Steve Carell is good too, but like Jennifer Aniston, bro, she's an actress, man. She's
Mm.
out there acting. I haven't watched these other shows, but that's where Slow Horses fall into it. If you're looking for any other shows to watch that might be good. In the comedy section, you got Hacks. I don't know much about it. But I did watch Palm Royale is decent. I watched Only Murders in the Building. It's pretty good. You can watch that. It's a little bit better than Palm Royale.
Mm.
Abbott Elementary is freaking hilarious. It's
People,
like,
what's I
bro,
feel like
it's
that
for,
show's
for it to be PG
overrated, bro.
13. You know what I mean? And for it to be just like really like it's
Yeah.
like really 1995
Mm-hmm.
wholesome, just the just wholesome funny
Oh
and
no,
just
I
like
can't. I can't get into it, man.
I mean, Christians can watch it.
Well, yeah, I figured as much, but
It's funny, you know.
mm,
What I mean, it's got a little bit of everybody hates Chris vibe. But I don't know if it's just because of the guy or
yeah,
just
it could be
just
because
hurt.
of the
Like
guy.
Quentin Brunson is sort of the everybody hates Chris character, but you got the guy there. You know what I mean?
The
That's
guy
so
who's the yeah.
yeah. The main
Yeah.
so he's also there as a teacher in
Mm,
the school. But it's all right. But the Bear, I watched the Bear. I like the Bear. I don't know why it's a comedy. There's like one joke per episode, and it'd be
mm,
like kind of joke. You know what I mean?
mhm,
So I don't even know why it's on this category, but maybe the competition is too stiff on the other side. So that's that.
mm,
Moving along from the honorable mention, um, we have the MTV VMAs. were also recently, these award show here, and Katy Perry was honored. And
Okay.
she is a legend and everything, but I kind of get a little sour taste in my mouth because um she had a new album that dropped too, and like that album wasn't it wasn't
The
it.
joint of the week. Yeah.
That album was weak.
Mm.
So you kind of live, but the VMAs happened. Go check out the winners there. Taylor Swift won big,
Of
and
course.
a bunch of awards there. Who did something also something interesting? The Yeah, that's the biggest things that happen
I
from
still,
from
I
from
still
from
don't
VMAs.
understand that whole Taylor Swift phenomenon. She's so mid, bro. I don't. I
But
just.
hey, she's got
She's a.
numbers, and she
It
actually
is what it
endorsed
is.
Kamala Harris, and Trump was like, "I hate Taylor Swift." He wrote this on his social platform. That was the message.
Mm.
I hate Taylor Swift. End quote.
That's funny.
President of the United States
That's hilarious.
even weighing in on that, like to be
Yeah, it's
like,
kind
I
of
hate Taylor
yeah,
Swift. And then the fact that like a lot of people like Taylor Swift, my guy, you don't want to be turning them off like that.
yeah. That's a huge
And turns
endorsement for
out they
for
did the
Kamala.
numbers, and apparently she's responsible for 300,000 people nationwide, 300,000 people
That's about right.
registering to vote.
Yeah, that's about right. She has a her fan base is crazy.
I don't, I'm not saying that all those 300,000 are gonna vote for Kamala,
Mm-hmm.
but she endorsed her,
Mm-hmm.
and then the people that registered to vote came from her link that she set up.
Mm-hmm.
Good chance that that's gonna help Kamala, not you, buddy. And then you tweet out you hate Taylor Swift.
You gonna now
A
you're
whole
gonna inspire
child,
people to.
a whole child. You're gonna inspire
Yeah.
people to even go over there.
Yeah.
What up, fam? It's Darwin, the guy that was just talking. First off, thanks for watching and supporting the show. But I gotta give y'all some homework. Your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is to interact with the show. That means 1, hitting that like button, because I know you like our stuff. 2, make sure you subscribe so we can swim our way up your timeline whenever we drop new content. The third thing, please share the channel with your friends. Maybe they'll learn a thing about a thing or two. Oh, last thing, we're over here talking about what y'all talking about. So go ahead and carry that conversation on into the comments. We be up in there too.
Our featured album, first up, is Joé Dwèt Filé,
Mm-hmm.
GOUMIN TERMINÉ.
Mm-hmm.
This dude is the embodiment of talent, right? So he's a singer,
He's
he's the
fire.
songwriter,
He's
he's also
fire.
the producer
Mm-hmm.
on that joint.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crossroads of zouk, compa,
Mm-hmm. Afro beats.
Afrobeat,
Got a little bit of reggaeton in there.
R&B, pop, the pop, more
Rape,
pop R&B.
pop R&B, hip hop.
Yep, he's got some
Um,
hip hop vibes in that joint.
yeah.
Um, he was
Honestly,
on tour last year.
he's still on tour. He's still on tour. He has a
He's
show
still
in
on
Canada.
tour,
Yeah, he has a show in Canada in couple of days.
but
I
he's
saw
he's
something.
but he's from France.
Yes.
He's from France. Yeah, and he's not in
Yeah.
Canada doing the show there.
He's
Okay.
he's he's full Haitian though, but he's from France though.
Was he born in Haiti?
I think his
I know
parents
I
are
know
both
his mom and
Haitian.
dad. I know his mom and dad were born in Haiti.
Yeah, I
I
don't know if
wasn't
he
sure
was
if
born in Haiti
he's
though.
born in Haiti. He might be.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't check.
So the tour, yeah, like you said, he went to France,
Yeah.
Belgium, Switzerland. They got some Haitians and French. Well, they speak French over there, and that's the thing too. He speaks a lot of French in his music. All right,
For
still in the
there's
U.S.
some of his songs, yeah, a lot of it is French, but he has some songs where he's mixing both French and Creole. That Kite Male
Mhm,
is entirely in Creole. But most of
mhm.
the other songs are in French, are mostly in French and a little bit of Creole tossed in here and there. But that's about it.
So I like the album. It's a good album. It's a fun album. I just have a bias, and I have to be naked with it and just be like out front.
Mm,
There's a particular like I get a little icky with Haitians. That's like Haitian.
mm-hmm.
Um, make it predominantly French music.
I
Like
did feel some kind of way about
French
that. I ain't gonna lie.
music.
I did feel some kind of way about that. A little
And
bit.
I don't have this specific kind of bias with other like if you're somebody's like we're gonna talk about Camilla later, Cabela, but or even um Kalani, you know what I mean? These you have some of these people that are like of Hispanic heritage or this kind of thing, and they're like their songs are all in English, was like Pitbull, you know what I mean? You know, he makes Spanish, but like I don't have it specifically for any other culture that's like that.
Mm.
But Haitians make predominantly French music, knowing how like they really try
Because of the
and make an
infrastructure in Haiti.
effort to try to like drown out the Haitian language.
Yeah. They all teach it in the schools. They teach all the French in the schools and
It's all
legislature
French in
and
the
all that. It's
schools and
all
stuff.
French.
And so for Haitians to then like really like cater kind of almost exclusively to the French language like that, that's kind of like helping that particular cause out. It's like an unwitting participant.
Mm.
And like I said, I don't have a lot. It's not like that for other cultures, but it's specifically on like there's been an effort to like make the Creole extinct. Now
Creole language
granted, the
extinct.
predominant language in Haiti of most Haitians, like I think still at 90% over of the island is Haitian Creole. It's not
Mm-hmm.
French,
Yeah.
but they really be trying. They really be trying, and this is kind of leaning into that. But the music is great.
Mm.
I'm not gonna hate on it that much, but I just want to just put a little, you know, what I mean, and put that out there into the universe, and I hope he leans more into his um Creole music, and
Mm-hmm.
he is compa influence. You know, the compa is gonna be in it. Um, but I hope he does more like blending of the compa
Mm-hmm.
and the zouk. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like into the Afrobeat. Don't just like segregate it. Don't
Yeah.
give me like, oh, here's your token compa
No compa song.
Haitians
Yeah.
in my album.
Yeah.
You know, here's your token zouk song in the album, and
Mm-hmm.
everything else is gonna be like Afro Caribbean French pop.
French. Yeah.
You know, so but shout outs to him. You know,
He was born in France, by the way.
but in France, okay, I
Yeah.
suspected as much because that
Mm.
dude that's his. You know what?
That's the only language he really
English is my
knows.
first language.
Yeah.
You know, even though I was technically born in Haiti. You
Mm.
know, but the English to Creole is not a historical thing that I have a problem with. It's
Mm-hmm.
the French thing. It's the
The French
French
thing.
thing that's
Yeah.
trying to drown out. English isn't trying to destroy Haitian Creole. It ain't the
Mm.
English language that's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But the French is. The French language is. You know, and
Yeah.
it's insidious.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's good to know both. It makes you more well rounded. But like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we we uh we need to make an extra effort on this one just because
Mm-hmm.
there's an outside force pushing back.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Destroy Lonely with Love Lasts Forever.
Mm-hmm.
This is a rapper from Atlanta. Actually signed to Playboy Cardi, but I don't like anything I've ever heard from Playboy Cardi.
Okay.
Um, so I'll say he's better than Playboy Cardi, but like
Mm.
people love Playboy Cardi
Apparently
for a
so.
particular reason. His label is called Opium.
Okay.
Um, which was the subsidiary, I think, of Interscope. But this album, from Destroy Lonely, is um, it's a little different from his previous stuff. Which this one is a little bit more richly textured. It's a little bit more exploratory. It's a psychedelic vibe almost. Whereas before he was like more like trap rage, you know,
Okay.
like almost like ragey, like aggressive. Whereas this one is closer to like Travis Scott. but
Okay, I see what you're saying.
a little bit more trap.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's the sort of I was thinking about this that if if you like if you like Young Thug, and Young Thug is not really giving us a lot of work right now, he's a little tied up in the moment.
A little bit.
Um, he's kind of like a nice little palate cleanser, nice little bridge, especially if you're getting into things like Travis Scott or Don Toliver. And you're a fan of Young Thug.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good, nice little bridge. I really like this album.
Mm-hmm.
Um, especially for like new age rap. I really don't like a lot of new age rap, right? I
Yeah.
don't like a lot of new age rap. I
Mm.
like new rap, like that are doing it like traditional hip hop. So we have categories for R&B. We have categories for hip hop too.
Hip-hop,
They
yeah.
don't have these categories yet set up in the Grammys and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But for new age rap, it includes things like trap music. I don't, I dig it. I was having fun with some of the tracks, and some of them really like you can really vibe out to. Put them in the headphones and go to a different space and like, but still be kind of mellow. It's a psychedelic vibe for me. I guess it all. But overall, Lone is changing things up from that. I I hope it's here to stay. Um, like I said, I mean, he could be like he's like a Travis Scott is huge. So he could
Oh
be
yeah,
like
yeah. He's
Travis
massive.
Scott, but of his own lane.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be his own lane. It wouldn't be just like Travis Scott. So I think he's giving us something unique. He's giving us something original, especially blending in his old stuff. This is kind of like the evolution of like Willow. I feel like,
Mm.
but like whatever that lane is that she's doing. I feel like this is like an evolution that's happening here too.
Okay.
I think some of Lonely's like earlier fans
Mm-hmm.
may not be into this joint, this latest project, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm into it. You know what I mean? So it's not for them, but he's like venturing off in a way that he's grabbing some of his old identity
Mm-hmm.
and like blending it into this new thing.
Yeah.
As long as he could like maintain the tether into that realm, into this realm, he could kind of play both sides a little bit, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like it. I like it, and I run it back. I ran it back several times. But his traditional, day ones may have a problem with it. Camila Cabello is out of Miami.
Okay.
She has her a new addition to an album that came out back in June. It's called XOXO, the Magic City edition. This is Miami. We're
Of
talking about,
course.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's it's a bridge away from girl group pop. Um, of course, there's a Latin influence in there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's more dreamy. There's a lot of like sampling of like I would say old school Miami South Beach vibe kind of joint. You might have something like did you
Mm.
used to go to clubs in South Beach?
Every once in a while, pretty rarely. Like, I mean,
You remember any names of the
Wet
clubs down there?
Willies. You know, Wet Willies is like
Wet
the
Willie's. Yeah, it's not really a
yeah.
club
It's
though,
not really club.
really.
Like, it's that's really more
It's an
like a
outdoorsy
dive.
kind of
It's like an outdoorsy kind of dive bar. It's weird. It's
yeah.
like a
It's
regular. You
weird
know what I'm
like
saying?
that.
It's something like that. And I've been to like other little joints out there. I just don't remember the name of them. But that was a while. That's so
So
long
yeah,
ago.
Nikki Beach. I used to go. I've gone to
Okay.
Nikki Beach. So Nikki Beach would play like house music, like Miami house music. Like
Yeah,
everywhere
yeah.
in the country, they don't recognize the music in Miami the house
They
music in
don't.
Miami as house music. But
Yeah,
those
it
house
really is. Yeah.
music that they play down there, and
Mm.
it's really like castles in the sky. What they call that damn song? Like or like, do you think you're better off
Yeah.
alone?
Oh shit.
That kind of
Yeah.
stuff that was playing there.
Mm-hmm.
And so this album has some vibes and some callbacks to that sort of time in Miami, right?
Okay.
Um, there's also the album has the influence of reggaeton and some Afrobeat and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's her really kind of like I don't know if she's like reintroducing herself back to Miami or just like making a tribute to her origin story. But it's a good commemorative album, I would say, and it's a good addition. This new addition to the June album. She added maybe like I think like 4 or 5 new tracks to it.
Okay.
But all in all, it comes together seamlessly to like really lend back into a shrieking bro going down the South. It used to be so ridiculous. It was such a show. The whole
yeah,
thing
South
is a
Beach. Yeah.
show. South Beach,
Yeah, absolutely.
Collins.
Collins Avenue. Yeah.
Oh my God, God!
Absolutely.
What we wasted so much resources on such frivolous.
Just
Like
foolery.
I remember my homeboy and
A
I
lot of foolery.
drove just to show off our cars separately, going to the same place, paying for parking twice, gas money twice, the toll.
Yeah, yeah.
just to show off our cars outside. We just go to some overpriced freaking club, spending on overpriced drinks,
Yeah.
like for a Saturday.
Just
That's
dumb,
a
just
Saturday.
dumb stuff.
Dumb stuff.
Just dumb stuff.
College. And eating ramen noodles
Yeah.
the next day.
The next day, crazy, bro.
Living way out your boy's means.
Bro, I remember one time. I remember when I was out here. I went to not. This was like, I don't know. Maybe it's like, this was not even that long ago. I think it was maybe like a year and a half ago, or something like that. I went to like this one little lounge spot, and it was not. I thought that's what it was. When I first got there, and I was like, this looks like a club. I'm not trying to go to no club, but I end up going inside, bro. Like, cause
That
I'm
boy
so
got signed up,
bro. Cause I'm so,
extra.
you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm so far removed from that. I was like, I'm not trying to. I just wanted to come and hang out a little bit, just kind of like, listen to some music a little
And then
bit.
the clock started ticking, and all of a sudden, like it
Yeah,
started
and
getting a little bit more crowded.
yeah, I'm like, where are these people
The
coming
lighting
from,
changed,
bro? Everything, bro. The whole atmosphere changed. I found myself like sitting there relaxing to like having to stand up now, chairs being removed. I'm like, nah, this ain't it, bro. This ain't it. I got up. I
not
just
that,
left.
but she is of that age,
But
and so she is,
she's all
and
about
that's what
that
this.
probably.
They're all about that. There's some skits in there that lead to that. Yo, there's this one track that I would recommend. She's got all kinds of features on here, right? We got Playboy Cardi is on here. We got he makes another appearance. We got JT Young Miami. Drake has a track, couple of tracks on it. He has a track by himself apparently. I don't know what that's about. Which is on, it's only like 50 seconds or something like that. And then he has a track where he's like featured on her songs. But the song that there's this track that slaps on there, and it has a freaking sample from "People Coming to My Eyes."
Okay.
That's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
Lil Nas X is on that joint. All I'm gonna say is, hey, yo, on that track, it slapped, but okay.
I already know that joint. I already know that joint.
Okay, that boy is okay. Yeah, okay.
No Diddy, bro. That boy out of control.
Yo, it's what they call it? It said viewer discretion is listener discretion is advised.
I bet.
Yeah, okay, but the song slaps. It slaps. Let me know in the comment when you figure out what the hell I'm talking about. Right. Last up, we have Mavi with Shadowbox. Oh man. Okay, so to calm all this down, Mavi steps into the room. That's generally what happens, because he's one of these like introspective. I'm really thinking about this. This is therapy for me, Mavi. Mavi is talking. He's like, this is therapy for me
Mm-hmm.
to be on this mic right now. He's always got like these deep questions that he's like,
Bro, his whole album is 33 minutes, bro.
and it's a lot. It's a lot. He packs a lot in that.
Mm.
He's from Charlotte, by the way. He's dude, he I think he's 20. I think he's only like 20 or 22 years old. He gives me like a Denzel Curry
Okay.
kind of like level of thought in his lyrics, in his, and it's not bro, it's hard to call him lyrics because this dude is, I feel like this is like almost like a journal.
Mm.
Um so this is his third album. The
Mm-hmm.
first one, his first album was Let the Sun Talk, and that did amazing. Um but in this one he explores all kinds of self-doubt, depression, um loneliness,
Mm-hmm.
regret, imposter syndrome. He is, but he can also like bring it down to earth, and make it feel like if you're not listening, if you're not paying attention, man, like you got to pay attention to this. This is one of those albums where I talk about sometimes how to listen to an album in your car, throw that bit in the while you're cooking or
Yeah.
cleaning or something like that, or just
Mm-hmm.
like throw it in your headphones. This is one of those you gotta like really like sit down and like listen to like your headphones
Mm.
kind of thing. It's really it's very melodic, a lot of soft drums, um, and pretty deep bass line. So it's really well produced. And it's all like almost feels like it sets a stage to help you dig in deeper,
Okay.
to listen to what he's saying and to like internalize that joint. It's it's interesting because the previous album, when you look at the album cover, it it's called Laughing So Hard It Hurts. Um and Laughing So Hard It Hurts album cover had like that dual mask thing where like the drama mask where like one side is smiling, the other side is frowning.
Mm-hmm.
But it's his own like artistic rendition of it. I don't know if it's him that created it, but it shows him laughing and crying, but it's like a caricature of it.
Mm.
And you would think that album would have been as deep as, I mean, this one right here. It almost feels like one of those sides one, the sad side, the sad side one, and the
Mm-hmm.
sad side got to make an album.
Mm.
Um, and for his other album to be called "Laughing So Hard It Hurts," that oxymoronic juxtaposition setup, it feels like he unraveled all of that in this album, where it's like laughing because like that's a pleasurable thing, but it hurts, so that's painful. But sometimes you laugh in awkward moments, and
Yeah.
sometimes you laugh so you don't cry. Like we did earlier, we're talking about some of the stuff that's happened in Springfield.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a real creative dive.
Mm.
Mavi really put his foot in this one. Um, you'll still have like it'll still sound because you're just talking about drugs and and drinking and stuff and women and all that kind of stuff in there. Like you'll
Mm.
think you'd be listening to a regular album, but like he's setting that stuff up to talk about the trauma that it's done to him.
Mm.
He strikes me, he didn't like where he was. Like he was getting all this stuff, you know what I mean? Like, but it became more money, more problems. It became
Mm.
more drama, more trauma.
Mm.
It
Mm.
became where he saw down the road and like I'm smarter than this.
Mm.
I'm better than this, you know?
Mm.
And so I'm hoping it's permanent. One of the tracks he talks about trauma. And he talks about trauma as a child growing up with trauma. And as a child with trauma is this beast. It's this monster that's a companion to that child. And that trauma is never addressed. As that child grows up, so too does that demon, that trauma grows up as well. Okay, you never dealt with me. You feeding yourself as you grow up. Some of them scraps come to me. I grew up with you. So you end up having these like grown up people, these grown up men, still with some like childhood trauma that they ain't never address.
Yeah.
But he leaves us off with a question. How do you kill the demon? Jeff, how do you kill the demon?
Well, I mean that's a bit of a loaded question. I mean, you have to drive them away because demons are spirits. At least, and what my faith teaches, demons are obviously evil spirits that need to be driven away. They're always going to exist. They just need to be driven away out of your life. So
Is trauma? Would you say trauma is a demon? Like childhood trauma? Would you say that's a demon?
I would say that it's no, but I would say it is a doorway for demons to enter for sure, because traumas can lead to like other like bad habits or
vulnerabilities, basically
vulnerabilities, proclivities.
vulnerabilities.
Yeah, so it can lead to other things. So it's just trauma is just the root of it, right? So I believe it can definitely it's absolutely a doorway for those demons to enter for sure. It's a sliver. It's a sliver in the crack of your defense.
Interesting you use the word sliver because his solution is to drown the snake.